these players might make that play, and we're off. So we got Hitaka versus Benteezy. As Link was saying, we're in Super Metroid. We're only going to be here for a few moments, as we're probably going to go straight to Link to the Past.
Yep, so yeah, and this room is the first of the 4 portals between the 2 games. But yeah, so we're gonna see both of them probably check the Lake Hylia Island item, and then head off to one of a couple locations that they can find a tree ball.
All right, we got morph ball bombs on the island. These runners might be going for that. Since the nature of Randomizer is highly likely you can get yourself soft locked in Super Metroid, as we get super missiles in both starting spawn locations. That's actually a interesting go.
Yep, so we see Benteezy heading up to the Uncle location. There's 2 items to check, plus he can get a tree pole right off the bat.
We have pendants, by the way, at Eastern and Desert, and Tarahira was a 6 crystal. Our tracker's already on that. That was fast. Like, she had them up there before I could even say a word. Hitaka going for the Houlihan trick. He may not get it. He didn't get himself set up in the cave first. So we'll see if he got it. Oh, he did. Nice.
Yeah, I'm trusting these runners know what they're doing.
I'm just so used to most of these runners doing the cave strat first, where they enter the cave, then they bounce out. Okay. So there was only a heart container on Uncle. I did not see what the second lamp chest was.
That was just a heart piece.
All right. So the Uncle gave some love, and it looks like we're going to get some Lost Wood check, and Hitaka is going to be gambling for some bombs.
He gets 1, which is enough for him to just go into the bomb shed to get more. So I don't know what tier that was, but one of the tree poles being rupees. Our runners are going to want 100 rupees off the bat so they can get the bottle vendor.
He's going straight for the race game.
Yeah, that's an interesting play to do with only 1 bomb. Maybe he has plenty of rupees, so he's just going to buy bombs from the shop.
Mushroom at race game, and Bile, we're going to have a sick kid check nice and early this time around.
Yeah. Now, interestingly, for Benteezy, this is going to be a very quick check for him because he's going to be able to combine it with all his other Kakariko checks. Hitaka's not going to find that bottle until he gets all the way through Kakariko to Lost Woods.
That was Spring Ball in Library. Ooh, do these runners go back for the best item in Super Metroid? And we get the sound of Hitaka's people.
Finding all of the super missiles.
I believe there's 17 in this combo randomizer.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm not sure what the logic puts for Super Metroid in this. It's
Lamp from Sick Kid. That's actually a very nice find early on. That does put quite a bit into logic. Dark rooms are now into logic. Fire locked rooms are into logic. Nice early find.
Yep, and so we're not going to see our runners have to do any dark rooms today, assuming Hitaka finds his bottle and then gets back there.
Paid 50 for some bombs, paid 100 for some more. All right, we got our well check now.
So just some rupees, some supers, some more rupees. So off the bat, our runners are really hoping to find, like, ideally they'd probably want to find Morph Ball fairly soon, because that opens up a lot of Super Metroid. Items they might not, Super Metroid items they might not want to find off the bat would be Speed Booster or Screw Attack, as those open up some Super Metroid checks, but not a lot. Charge Beam in Blind's Hut, that is going to be really nice for them. They now cannot soft lock at Ridley and Wave. So
nice. It's not just Ridley they can soft lock on. Both Batoon, not both. 3 bosses, Batoon, Ridley, and Mother Brain, require you to have so much ammo or Charge Beam. These runners now with Charge and Wave are kind of hoping they find Plasma sometime soon so they can get the strongest beam combo in the game.
Yep, so now Hitaka's going to go into Lost Woods. He's going to find his bottle, and that'll be interesting to see if he then immediately returns to Sick Kid.
I'm surprised Benteezy didn't do the race check.
Maybe he's looking to combine it with something else, although, yeah, it is kind of like a long walk from here, and there's not really much to check on the way.
Usually with early shrooms, that usually means the game has probably like Morph Ball there, maybe?
Benteezy misses the switch on the first attempt, but is gonna see what's at the dam. I'm sure he's gonna pick up that 300 rupees and power bomb. So that's one of the other items that is needed to open up a lot of Super Metroid.
We need Morph Ball first, though, and Hitaka is going to be getting his lamp. And we're going to see some mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, Benteezy is pretty much going to have to take them out with bombs. I think close to getting a double there, but didn't quite get it. But still takes care of the room without any issue. That can sometimes be a scary room with just bombs as your only weapon.
Nothing in Mini Moldorm Cave other than health refill. Looks like we're going to go all the way over to Ice Rod Cave and hope for something there.
Yeah, so it's basically like Ice Rod Cave, Zora, and...
no, they can't get to Zora. They don't have mitts.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Now, they could fake Flipper there, but that would be out of logic. That'd be cheating. Oh! But I won't be surprised if these runners start fake flippering anytime soon to try and get some stuff done.
Yeah, I would... Yeah, I mean, they'd be basically taking the gamble that they find something useful there, but it's still early. Like, even if they find something that is sequence broken, that can still be pretty useful to them.
Ooh, I just saw that with Lamp, they can now do... they don't have a weapon other than bombs, but they can do most of the escape. I think Benteezy's going to go over and check the items in the eastern location. Ooh, Hitaka is having some trouble with his bombs. He may not be able to do this now.
I think, yeah, at this point.
Yeah, he's going to have to. Yeah, he's going to have to get a double now or a bomb drop. Yeah, no, he's not going to get it now. He needs a bomb drop, and he doesn't get it. That's unfortunate. We know there's nothing there. That's the plus. There's nothing there.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that, so he's going to be having that in the back of his head.
Rock, by the way. Screw attack.
Yeah, so that's an interesting find because that is one of those items that that opens up a few locations in Super Metroid, but without Morph Ball, there's just a few disjoint checks they can do, and if they find an item there, it's going to be really out of the way for our runners to get. Which is why I mentioned earlier that that's probably one of those items that our runners were hoping not to find before they found Morph Ball. But it's still a useful item for general Super Metroid. So Benteezy now in Eastern Palace. Going to check the items there. Hitaka is this time much more...
as the first item.
Yeah, I think after Hitaka sees this game, he's gonna be a little disappointed in what that was all he got for traveling there twice.
Now, there are 2 more items in Eastern. One of them may be Bowlock, though, but we do have the land, which is really good. There's 1 item left. We have not found any actual progression items yet.
So it's looking like I'm kind of betting at this point that progression item is going to be in Super Metroid, just based on the fact that they got the early screw attack.
Now, it may not be something preferred, but they do have a lamp, which means all of the escape, all of Hyrule Dungeon is in logic right now. They will have to do with bombs, though, and that is a little rough.
Yeah, so it could also be that finding the big key in the, I believe that's the compass chest in Eastern.
Compass chest, yep.
And so that allows him to check this big chest more efficiently.
And that's all the items. They don't need to go to the vanilla big key room. And I think these runners are about ready to make their Hyrule Castle plays now.
Yep, so...
Or not.
Yeah, I mean, Hitaka, I think, is going to make that play, is combining it with the Uncle checks, which is pretty efficient routing. I think Benteezy's now realizes he did not check the race game, so I think he's going back to do that now.
I think he's going to be going for the mushroom, though. I mean, early mushrooms usually means progression. Sometimes late mushrooms also mean progression as well. Oh, he's not going for it. What? Oh, that's Space Jump. I thought that was Spring Ball. My bad. It was only a split-second check, though.
Yeah, sometimes some of the... Yeah, when you get like a split second to look at an item, yeah. But yeah, no, Space Jump is also a really useful item to find early, especially combined with Screw Attack.
So, Hitaka is going to do the dungeon play with 5 bombs. Not a fan of 5-bomb dungeon. Actually, I don't think you could do 5-bomb dungeon. Now that I'm thinking about it, you need some more bombs.
So, Bow at Terminator.
Oh, that means Eastern can now be completed, but there's no more items in Eastern. And it is a blue pendant, I believe. So we may not see that Armos unless this is a pet seed. Link, could this be a pet seed?
I mean, the way that the progression has looked so far makes that seem like a pretty decent possibility.
We'll still need to find Ice Rod and Fire Rod and can't... Oh, no. Well, we're not going to see Zelda's chest anytime soon.
So Benteezy has, I believe, 2 more checks he can make in this big pink room. The rest of it he can't really access. So the first one being a reserve tank. The other items in here he cannot access without Morph Ball. Which he found right there. So that is probably one of the most convenient locations for Morph Ball.
So that's big. That means Benteezy can now backtrack, check Spore Spawn skip, check a lot of stuff right now. And Hitaka is going to be doing all the Eastern checks right now. So Benteezy is possibly going to be getting about, I'll say, another 10 checks before Hitaka may have a chance to come here.
So Hitaka picking up his screw attack, and yeah, just a red rupee at Spore Spawn. So Benteezy should be able to check, well, he can check this wave gate room. It'll be interesting to see if he remembers that
he has wave beam.
Has that.
I think he knows he has wave beam. He's been using it.
Yeah, based on the way he's jumping, he knows that. Yeah. There are some SM runners who actually prefer to do the gate glitch anyways, but...
Ooh, Merle! Hello. That's a good...
Okay. So I take back my Ped Seed prediction. Like, all of the progression just seems to be in Super Metroid.
It's nice to have these seeds every once in a while. Because sometimes you just get those seeds where everything's in Link to the Past except for that one item in Blue Brent Star.
Yep, so Hitaka also checking Eastern before... Okay, I got worried for a second. So I think Benteezy realized that if he wants to... It looked like he might have been trying to go towards that save room, and to get out of that save room, he would need a power bomb, and he would need a power bomb to get in. So he would soft lock himself by accessing that save room.
Yeah, that would have been 8. Like, if he would have saved and then did that, he would have lost 18 minutes. But, I mean, again, it wouldn't have been that hard to regain everything, you know. I mean, he would still be behind, but he knows where the screw attack is and, you know, the mushroom, stuff like that. Oh, that's a good find.
Yeah, more power bombs are really good, especially like until they can get to the bombs.
Does Hitaka not know he's grabbed all 3 items? Ooh, Hitaka may not know he grabbed all 3 items.
Yeah, that is interesting. But yeah, so Benteezy meanwhile is going to be checking the Edekun's powerbomb item. But yeah, as I was saying, like finding more power bombs is really good, especially before you have more fall bombs, just because they're always at a premium.
Now, Benteezy did find the Cane of Burna, which is good because that's their first and only weapon right now in Link to the Past.
Yeah, how does it feel as a runner, knowing that that is basically your only weapon to use, besides bombs?
Well, if they have to go to Thieves Town, they'll be pretty happy. Cane of Burna is a very fun weapon to use against blind.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, they also, like, without the half magic, that's going to be a lot of magic consumption.
There's more super missiles. We're finding all the super missile packs this time around. Too bad, I mean, if they didn't already have charge, we'll be like, hey, they're about ready to deal with Ridley. It looks like Hitaka is going straight to the escape without checking the chest in the dungeon, which may be a mistake. But there's 4 items this way.
Yeah, I suspect that he just wants to just make the gamble, and Benteezy having some issues getting the mock ball in the early supers room, and Kane in the Dark Cross room. So it's really difficult to kind of read this seed, but that's one of the items needed for Turtle Rock. So if they start finding the fire and ice rods, that is when you'd probably start really saying this is probably a ped seed. Benteezy finally gets the mock ball. And checking the early supers item, which is now vanilla supers.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of supers so far. I think he's at 45 right now for his super count, which is really good. They don't find plasma, they'll be using supers as their main source of weapon rate. But as you said, there's Kane in the basement. I didn't see anything else good down there. Looks like Hitaka is trying to take a death warp to the back of to the front of Hyrule, so he can go check the other chest. Because I think he found the map. So if he found the map, that means there's an item in Zelda's dungeon.
Yeah, I think there he was just trying to make the gamble that he missed exactly one chest, and he was just trying to make a gamble that chest wasn't important. And unfortunately for him, that gamble didn't pay off.
He now has the Cane of Burner, though, which is a weapon. So he went in here with too few bombs last time. I think he's going to be okay this time around.
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot of magic, but yeah, probably should be enough combined with his 8 bombs. And Benteezy moving on to Green Hill Zone. Interesting that he's not going right away to check the Blue Bryn Star items. But I think now he will, now that he picked up those power bombs.
Yeah, no. Usually the runners will check that first and then decide to go towards Craig or Retro. So I think he honestly was just wanting to make sure he checked that first.
So a missile pack at the Blue Bryn Star Power Bombs location.
Only a heart container. So we are going to check Alpha Missiles, which is a big 20.
Yep, and now several items that Benteezy can check in this the construction zone room. And he's going up to Billy May's room.
Hitaka really likes that mushroom. He's I think the mushroom is like a buzzer, and he's just spamming that buzzer right now.
Yeah, well, he's about to turn in that mushroom, and we'll see what he gets in exchange for that.
Billy
as you
Mays was nothing.
Yeah. So one thing to point out there is that he was using power bombs there, but you can actually screw attack through that block at the top, I believe, and potentially save a little bit of time and your precious power bomb resources at this point in the game. So Benteezy is going to go up to check the old Mother Brain location, while Hitaka's going to do a gauntlet check. He's only going to be able to check the front of Gauntlet, and these are some tricky wall jumps that he actually gets quite easily, and that is trickier than it looks. So Benteezy is screw attacking through the platform there and finds an energy tank.
Very nice energy refill there as well. He only has 3 power bombs. I don't know if he will go and check what's in Shaft Supers. Ooh, only a piece of heart at the start of the gauntlet.
Yep. Benteezy has exactly enough power bombs to get out, so has to make that last one count. Hitaka nearly got himself like caught at one of those last blocks, but then like that was one of the rare fortunate yapping maw grabs.
Last power bomb being used. I'm sure he's going to go probably straight to his ship and refill.
Yeah, he could check Bomb Chorizo because he can do the Alcatraz escape to get out of that location. But yeah, that's about the only other remaining thing he can check on the way.
Ooh, Hitaka is not going to pink Brinstar. We know that's where he needs to get to. But I think he's going... Where is he going?
Yeah, and we're about to see synchronized ship refills.
Benteezy has enough super for Ridley. More than enough. Wow.
Yeah, almost enough, like closing in on enough ammo for Mother Brain, in fact. But as we know, both our runners have charge beams, so the ammo is nice to have, but not of huge.
Benteezy skipping Bomb Chorizo. Not sure about that play.
Yeah, he might be checking the back of Gauntlet and then doubling back. Yeah, that appears to be what he's doing. While Hitaka's going to make these high jump boots. And I missed what the other item was.
It was just a lowly heart container. So Benteezy's going to go for those high jump boots. He wants the Jordans.
So I wonder how long it will take Hitaka to check that. I mean, the high jump boots aren't progression, but they are very nice to have.
First game, though, Mega Missile check.
Which is just vanilla missiles.
I feel like this is one of those seeds. The second we find like a solid string of progression, this is probably going to be like half of a jet seed. Like the back half is just going to be them just going from progression to progression. And Hitaka gets his morph ball.
Yeah, I think with that, yeah, then Hitaka Yeah, I was gonna start just going around and checking these. Yeah, Benteezy just doing a reset because he found nothing at Bomb Chorizo and just just the missiles at Omega Missiles.
Are we going to wreck ship already? Or are we
I
going to do
suspect
Red
he's going to
Tower?
go. Yeah, I suspect he's going down to Red Tower. With the items they have currently, the wrecked ship is not in logic. This one moat item,
They
I think,
have.
is.
Oh yeah, no wait. They. Ooh, that's the book. They may want that book.
It's again giving them like access dependent dungeons, which
Not just Penta Dungeons. The book will also give them access to the tablets as well.
yeah. But I'm just pointing out these pendant dungeons because it's like there are so many things that are pointing at the possibility of a ped seed. And so I think we are basically the one thing that kind of makes the ped seed like less likely is that Turtle Rock has so many requirements as the Green Pendant dungeon. Basically, they still need to have tier 2 gloves, either hookshot or hammer. Actually, they definitely need hammer, and they need the 2 rods.
It could be boots on Ped with big key on Gan's tower. The Gan Tower's torch.
That would be downright evil. Benteezy going down to alpha power bombs. 2 items he can check here. Hitaka it does not currently have any power bombs. He can refill in this missile recharge room here off of the fire fleas.
We got gloves. We got some power glove. It's so bad. No movie references. I don't get. No. Okay.
Benteezy is trying to damage boost his way through Hellway. Winding up taking a bit more damage from the spikes I think he wanted to. Benteezy checking the Spazer location. And just more supers. So I think we are soon to see a visit to Kraid. Hitaka getting very clean damage boosts through the pre-Edikun's room. Yeah, and gets his heart piece as Benteezy is making his way towards Kraid. And Hitaka gets the really nice mock ball out of that room. It's a fairly tight Mach Ball to get. Hitaka still farming power bombs, which is definitely wise because you do not want to run out.
Yeah, as we said before, soft locking is very possible until you get the morph ball bombs, because so many things require bombs to open up.
So Benteezy setting up for the quick kill. He isn't morphing here, which increases the amount of lag from Kraid.
No, he doesn't get it. He should wait for the mouth to shut and try to go for a second cycle quick kill, but it's all good. We get to see Kraid in all of his beautiful curves.
Yeah, I should just take a few supers, but he's just literally gonna just spam them because he has so many. And Hitaka is now repeating the, or not repeating, but doing the same Blue Brinstar checks that Benteezy has already done.
So there's one more check here in Kraid's lair. And more likely they're going, Benteezy's probably just going to go to Death Mountain.
Yeah, I think that would be a fairly reasonable play.
Old man is in logic. He's in logic multiple ways. One, through the business portal, and two, from the power glove and the lamp.
Yeah, it's one of those rare times where we will not see see them have to do that dark room. And flippers!
Ooh, that's a very good place for flippers. That means when Benteezy goes back to Death Mountain, there's a lot more he can do.
And Hitaka saying no to his infomercial. So Benteezy is likely to check the items at the high jump location because he can find potentially 3 there. Now the one thing is that he will not have access to Hera yet because he does not have the mirror.
But he can still check if inside Spectral Rock, Old Man. Now with flippers, he can get all the items in Zora location, especially with all the money he has. The hobo. Plasma! We got the strongest beam right now, guys. Beam does it. Blue mail as well. Oh. This seed is so generous to these runners.
Yeah, and
oh my! What are those?
The other thing I want to point out about that is having wave beam is so nice there because you can just shoot down at that enemy there. That
iron. Oh, I thought he was like you could do the checks with the wave beam. Oh no, this opens a lot. That means they can also get space jump, which is going to be very necessary for Super Metroid. That means I'll get them wreck ship access. That was an 11 out of 10 hype high jump boot location cave.
Yep, I'd say so, and pretty much a
oh my goodness! The seed! Christmas came a week early, folks.
Yeah, this seed is giving our runners everything they could possibly want right now. So it looked like Benteezy was trying to set up for a hover or a bomb jump to get across to that half magic, but failed it. So he's going around the long way to get his half magic.
Oh, he's trying again. He's trying again. Let's go. Benteezy, Benteezy, Benteezy. You can do it, man. Benteezy. Oh.
Yeah, well, kudos to him for attempting the hovers. The hovers are a pretty insanely difficult trick that, yeah, so Hitaka gets the news about where high jump boots are. So it'll be interesting to see whether he takes the time to go for them, considering he's already been through half a gauntlet once. And Benteezy is rescuing the old man, and we'll see what the old man has to offer.
Does the game say which one of the maidens you rescue in Crystal is the old man's granddaughter? I was replaying the game, and I just remembered that was like a thing.
I don't recall if he specifically says which one. Yeah, maybe someone in chat will know. But Benteezy gonna make his back of escape check.
He doesn't have a key, so he can't check Dark Cross. He won't find the cane down here.
Yeah, he may realize that he has to go through the front way to check the other locations.
I think we're going to get a Zora check now.
Yeah. Okay, he's gonna take this lake portal, I think. Okay, he's just totally debating me. He's gonna check Bonk Rocks.
No, that was a very explosive Bonk Rocks. Anyway, Hitaka is going to be grabbing their high jump boots. Oh, we never checked Lumberjack Ledge.
Yeah, I think there's just been so much else happening in this seed that there just hasn't really our runners haven't really had an occasion to make their way here.
Oh, only some love from Aga 1. We won't give that love back.
Yeah, unless like the runners don't find Hammer or tier 2 gloves, but that is unlikely with what they're getting this seed.
Yeah, no. This has been a very generous seed. I think Benteezy's going to go grab their space jump and probably grab the shroom while they're at it. Since Zora, I believe, is going to be the next play. Or he's not grabbing the shroom. We know it's only a heart container. But the shroom's right there.
Yeah, I mean, unless he's going to combine, like, do it right now, he may just... Yeah, he knows he at least should check that fetch quest item.
Now, we also got Agina and the 2 items in Desert we can grab now as well.
Yeah, there's a decent amount open to our runners right now.
Ooh, so, they may also check Ped soon. We might need to see if we need to clear both Desert and Eastern. Now, where's Benteezy going? Oh, Hobo check.
Yep, gonna start doing all those Zora area checks.
Well, he's wearing Zora's tunic, so he can breathe in water. Ocarina of Time reference.
Yep. That might hope then not to find the red tunic. No.
Then that means Turtle Rock is in logic because all the lava rooms. Another OOT reference.
So, okay, so we're hoping at this point, or our runners are hoping to probably just find some progression into Dark World or like Varia Suit or Gravity to progress in Super Metroid.
Well, the space jump means they can now do all wreck ship. Hitaka.
Yeah, that is very true.
Hitaka is lagging behind Benteezy right now. He is doing all these extra checks. Benteezy will eventually have to go into Dark Cross to get the cane because Meyer will be a crystal. Because we know all three of the Pendant dungeons already.
Yeah, with that space jump, also X-ray is in logic.
Ooh, that ether, that could be even big as well. That could be one of the... That could be the Meyer entranceway as well. We are orphaning a bee in a bottle, though, so Benteezy doesn't think he's going to be needing the bottles later on. Well, Benteezy's going to be grabbing his cane. He wants that cane. Wait, did he just bow dash with the... Okay.
So Hitaka going to do his grade and grade checks, probably followed by high jump area checks, and be happy with what he found.
Yeah, so Hitaka's checking all these locations about 10 minutes behind Benteezy. So, since Hitaka already did all this dungeon stuff, he is going to gain a little bit of ground Benteezy. But I do believe our next play is either Wreck Ship or Desert, because we checked just about everything else.
Yep.
Benteezy's also having the easiest time through this dungeon sequence because he does have the bow. And he's going to have the very nice stuff for the intentional death coming up here soon as well.
Yep. Hitaka getting the quick kill.
Well, took
I mean, maybe. Yeah, well,
the medium
in terms of like getting.
Kill.
I'll give. Yeah.
The sit down kill.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah, that's what we can call it. Gets the deboost out of that room. Yeah, with boots, Benteezy is going to be able to speed his way through this area. But it's interesting to note that neither of our runners has found a sword yet.
We found a lot of other weapons. We got both canes now. We got bow. We still need to find the two rods because we know we need fire rod for release for both Skull Woods and possibly Turtle Rock. I don't know, man. Yeah. I feel like the second the seed opens up, this is going to be a quick end.
Yeah, well, it depends if we wind up like with some really troll ped seed. So basically, our runners kind of don't want to find Ice Rod, I think is what it comes down to.
Our viewers today want to see him find Ice Rod.
Yeah.
Who wants to take a bet that they're going to find Ice Rod? Speaking of bets, this is a for money tournament. There's actually a prize pool at the end of this whole thing after 5 weeks of Swiss. And you could help increase the prize pool by placing bets on our sponsor, Buy.gg. In fact, if we get 200 people from outside the United States sign up for it, they'll actually increase this prize pool by $200. Segways.
So, this map on the torch, so even if our runners didn't have boots, this wouldn't be boots locked.
Well, sometimes you could hope that the dungeon locks its own dungeon items on the right side. If that big chest was an item, that means either the map and a compass was locked on the right side. Happens very seldomly, but sometimes these runners hope to see that.
Yeah. This time instead, Benteezy is just led through a very awkward path of having to pick up all the chests.
Varia suit! Varia, Varia, Tomato, Tomato. That means that's Upper Norfolk access now. What a fitting place to find a heat-resistant suit in a desert.
I mean, I feel like that is a pretty decent place to find it. But yeah, with that, I mean, if our runners are really daring, they might even just clear all of Lower Norfair as well. Although they actually, I don't think. Yeah, that's not technically in logic because they'd have to do a lava dive, which without gravity is not in normal logic. And which we haven't explicitly mentioned, but this tournament is being done on normal logic, so that means that there are a variety of Super Metroid tricks that are not in logic. So
Sorry. As I was going to say, we are going to get a Lamora kill because there is an IM on these worms coming up here. Ooh, it has to be a bow fight too. Because I don't think you can... You might be able to damage him with the canes?
That, to be honest, I don't know whether or not that is possible. I think Benteezy is thinking really carefully about whether he wants to do this, although I feel like the only penalty
He has the arrows, and this is an IM, so I mean... This won't be as laggy. This isn't as laggy as the Ganon Tower fight because there's not a turret shooting fire at him. He just has to be careful with the arrow use, the ammo consumption.
Yeah.
Oh, Burno does work. One's down. Two's down. Oh my! That was nice. Only for more arrows. I feel like there's a moral in that story.
Guess the only dungeon that has been cleared thus far is a pendant dungeon. I'm not sure what moral Benteezy is gonna take from that as he heads into Agina's cave.
Don't waste arrows.
I mean, yeah. Even if he did like lose all of his arrows and all of his magic and have to leave there, all he would lose is just having to go right back through there. Just an energy tank for Megina.
Ooh, that means we're either going to do wreck ship or we're going to be doing Bubble Mountain area.
Yeah. Based on the fact that Benteezy reset, he's going to wreck ship almost certainly. Or he's also going to check Gauntlet.
I mean, high jump boots are nice.
Yeah, that is definitely true, and actually that is his only way into the most of Upper Norfair, because he doesn't have Speed Booster, he doesn't have the Morph Ball Bomb, so he actually... I had said earlier that the high jump boots weren't necessarily progression, but in this case they might actually be progression to get into Upper North, or up to into the Bubble Mountain area. Benteezy just remembering which side that the high jump boots are on. So not going to bother keeping himself centered on those crumble blocks.
Hitaka is going to be making the wreck ship play without Varia. Ooh, this may be a little rough for him.
Yeah, so he'll certainly take more damage from pretty much everything in wreck ship, but he certainly it is completable. He'll just have to be really careful with his Phantoon fight. He's going to check the missile location here. It's going to be a bit of a slow check. And then he's going to say no to that missile pack.
Now, they have charged plasma. They really are good with their damage output right now.
Yeah.
I think they're even going to skip up super missiles if they see super missiles.
Did you catch what the item was?
I did not, but maybe our awesome tracker reminded me, Will. She has good eyes like that. Something white. There's a lot of things that can be white. Oh, a shield above the lake. I know there was a shield in the landing site, Super Bomb. So is that 2 shields?
I mean, that could definitely be. There are 3 potential shield locations, so... Benteezy about to get his bad news. Also says no to it.
Yeah, no, they got way plasma charge and 50-55 super missiles. I mean, I don't see them going for any missiles. And once they get the mirror, they may not even go for power bombs. They got enough power bombs right now.
So Hitaka actually, first to the Phantoon fight.
We know progression-wise he's behind because he needs to get to Desert, which is a pendant dungeon, but Varia is there. And we're getting a slow pattern from Phantoon this time around. He's not being nice. He's actually doing some damage to Hitaka. Hitaka gotta be very careful.
But Hitaka doing a lot of damage fast, or faster, and Hitaka got his damage onto Phantoon before Phantoon could do enough damage to Hitaka. So Hitaka wins that fight as Benteezy enters. So we have a nice high five there.
A little bit of a deja vu. Is this all dungeons swordless? Maybe.
Now, one note I have to make here is that I'll actually, yeah, I don't think this matters in this case. If this were going to be microwave strats, Benteezy would definitely want to be using, basically shooting a missile first to make sure that Fantoon's eye stayed open for the X-ray. But since this is not X-ray strats, I don't think it matters because it's only a single hit.
Now,
Anyways,
the charged wave plasma does the same as a super missile, right?
I think it does a little more. Its charge ice wave spazer does the same as a super missile.
I know Big Box in chat. He usually answers us with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, now that I think about it, though, you might actually be right with that. Yeah, I don't necessarily have
Or it does 900. It might do 300 or 900.
It doesn't do 900 because he doesn't have ice. If he had ice, that would complete it to 900. But either way, Benteezy has finished his Fantoon fight, and Hitaka is about to head into the spiky room of death. And without any suits, it is a little dangerous, but Hitaka knows how to handle that room, gets through it unscathed, not even taking a single hit of damage. So did Hitaka save before checking this item?
I believe he did. Ooh.
But he's gonna head back because that's powder, and that's another fetch quest item. When he finds Hammer, he'll be able to check the magic bat location.
Once they find Hammer, of course. Or Mitts. Mitts, yeah.
Well, yeah, they would need Mitts and Mirror. You can get behind the hammer peg and get down to the magic bat cave that way.
Oh, 750 for charge wave plasma. So Big Bot is in the chat correcting us. So that's enough. That's actually more damage to Fantoon than a super missile will do, because super missiles do 600 to Fantoon and cost him to go berserk. So that's actually pretty big.
Yeah, okay, it was the ice plasma combo that I had in my head there, because I was thinking like one of those beam combos I remember being 30 shots on Mother Brain, and that's kind of what I had in my head. But Hitaka finding Speed Booster.
Oh, that's a place to find Speed Booster.
Yeah, so that will enable him to check the wreck ship reserve location, which is one of the locations that otherwise he would have to orphan. He'd be able to check what it was, but without that speed booster, he would not be able to pick it up, because you have to get through a speed block. Benteezy taking a little bit of damage in this on the return through the spiky room of death.
We have a sword, guys! Oh,
and mirror!
That was a mirror. That was the mirror. That wasn't a shield. That was a mirror. Super Metroid with all the goods this time around.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like once they can, like, yeah, it definitely looks like most of the progression here is in Super Metroid, and like they're just gonna get back to Link to the Past and just like clear like pretty much all the crystal dungeons.
Yeah, Tarahira is now full clearable. We still need Hammer or Mitts for full Dark World access, so we may have to still do Aga. We still need at least fire rod, hook shot, and hammer, basically. But all the good progression in Super Metroid this time around.
Benteezy getting his speed booster. Benteezy will be happy with the items he finds up here. Yeah, and just a missile pack here. And Hitaka gonna pick up the power bomb pack at Wreck Ship Reserve.
Benteezy won't. He just checked it.
Yeah, I mean at this point, they with flippers and mirror, they have access to pick up that pack of bombs that, or sorry, not that pack of bombs, the morph ball bombs that they found at the Lake Hylia location, if I'm remembering that correctly.
They still need Dark World access.
Well, yeah, okay, with that, yeah. So with that and the one other thing I forgot about, yes, they will be able to get them. I mean, it's kind of rare that in these seeds that like we're over an hour in and still no Dark World access. And they've gotten so many, found so many items.
Come on, you've commentated seeds with me before. Didn't we have like a seed with like 2-hour Dark World access?
Fair point.
I feel like they're going to find all their items though, but when they get to Dark World, this is going to be go mode, like 6 crystal dungeons. This is going to be nice and fast. Now, where is he?
So now So the interesting thing will be to see if Hitaka decides to go to Desert at all for a while, because he has Hera now open to him. He's likely to go there to knock out a crystal dungeon. And once he's done that, then if that opens anything else up, at what point is he going to go back to Desert? Although he is kind of heading in that direction. So it looks like he is, in fact, going to Desert. Which I guess makes sense, because getting back to Death Mountain, even though they technically have access to it, oh no, they saved the old man, so they would just be able to do it with a save and quit.
He's checking Angina first.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So I guess we'll see. I assume then he will check Desert because he's making the trip here. So basically, I shouldn't speculate on what the runners are going to do, because I pretty much just get jebaited every time.
Well, most runners don't like dipping pinned in dungeons. Benteezy, when he did it, he thought that was his only option. And Hitaka
is making the Desert play.
I was going to say he might be just checking the ledge and be like, nah, I'm not going to dip this. But no, he's doing it.
I suspect, yeah, if he's made his way all the way here, he's going to at least see what's in here. He's probably going to be annoyed at the key placement in this dungeon, but I think he'll be happy to see that Varia.
Looks like Benteezy is going to go to Hera now. I'm confident with this call because that's the only place he can go in Link to Past right now.
Yeah, probably Hera and then into...
well, Hera, yeah.
Or he
might be going straight to... Sorry, we're just talking over each other right now. You can go first.
Yeah, I was going to say the Bubble Mountain checks or something he could do, but he's going to clear Hera first.
Hey, I was going to say that. Yeah, I think we were saying the same thing, but we just couldn't stop talking over. Oh, okay. I did not get a fast enough check. I think I saw the red pendant at Thieves Town, but do not quote me on that.
Yeah, I was gonna pause my stream on the map check, but the map check was so fast that I couldn't even do that.
Hitaka, not happy with that.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he could have put a couple bombs on the chest. He could have like ethered it, or there are definitely other ways to vent more frustration than what he did. So Benteezy going for coffee break strats. Looking for the big key in the Hera basement. And Hitaka is going to check the ether tablet.
Yeah,
And
Benteezy did that before going to Hera. It's another big pack of rupees. I don't think these runners are going to go for that since they've already bought most of their big items and they still have 400 odd rupees.
yeah, I think that is definitely a waste of time for them to go for.
The staff childs are trolling Benteezy. Oh, these runners are now basically tied.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how Hitaka made up the time, because he was definitely a little
He didn't.
behind early.
He didn't kill Moldorm. He didn't want to fight Moldorms.
Benteezy doing the bomb jump, gets it perfectly. Finds a pack of power bombs and is now going to head up for his Moldorm fight. And this is going to be a bit of a tricky Trolldorm fight with only Fighter Sword.
You mean vanilla Trollorm fight? Like intended?
Yeah, this is the intended way that you have to fight him in the vanilla game, but Benteezy gets through it no problem. And just rewarded with a heart piece.
Ooh, so either we do Upper North Fair or we need to go say hi to Agate 1. We are running out of locations right now.
I suspect...
Oh, we can't do Agate 1. We can't even do Agate 1.
Yeah,
we
need it. Yeah. So
I'm sorry,
at this point,
we're over an hour in. We don't have a hammer or master sword yet, so I'm a little confused, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's all right. I made the mistake about needing Dark World access for the Morph Ball bombs.
Yeah, we all get 1. I get 50. Anyway, so we're going to check Ice Beam location here. Oh, there's our second shield. So,
well, actually, I think
Hitaka checks that.
we don't.
No. The chat told us that a mirror was a shield, which I mean, there is a mirror shield, but it's not the magic mirror.
So we're gonna be checking the crumble shaft missiles. And just a red rupee. And is Benteezy going to make a visit to everyone's favorite A-dyed monster?
We know that with the charged plasma, it is a one-shot kill. Charged plasma wave will make Crocomire run all the way to his bath.
Yep. So,
the first one, the first one, yeah. Now this one, you just watch him walk backwards. He's scared of it. It hurt him. He's like, "No, mommy, no, please."
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the runners who use moonwalk will like to just moonwalk, be basically as Crocomire's moving backwards there. But Benteezy not going for that particular swag. I'm not sure if he has moonwalk enabled. I haven't seen any moonfall strat, so I would suspect he doesn't. Benteezy taking a little bit of a dip in the acid, but makes it out of the room. Hitaka getting a nice spark across that room there, and gravity
at Croc. Oh man, so that's everything we can possibly do right now in Super Metroid. We can now do whatever we want in Super Metroid with that gravity. That's big. That's real big.
Yep. The only other item that I think our runners would like to have would be Ice Beam, but both runners have enough power bombs to make it through Turian just power bombing the Metroids. So
is Hitaka making the same play? Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the play makes sense just based on routing. Because, yeah.
We now have Dark World access with that gravity. Chat is right. With that gravity, that means we can get through Meridia to the back door to everywhere we can go into Link to the Past because we have flippers.
Yep. So, Aga 1, I think, is now officially dead.
Oh yeah, they need hook shot or hammer. But yeah, now they can get to pod and pyramid.
Yep. We have not seen
Benteezy. Benteezy might just go straight to Ridley now while he's here. That would be some very good running. That means he can do all Lower Norfair, and when he does the escape, he'll be at Bubble Mountain.
Yeah, he has more than enough energy to do it. Hitaka picking up his gravity suit, and yeah, he perfectly equipped to go through Lower Norfair. So yeah, he definitely might as well because yeah, when he does the escape, it will put him in exactly the right location to check all of the Bubble Mountain items.
That's excellent, Ryan. That's going to be a really big play, especially if this pays out. At the same time, we can also check Meyer, see if we already have the medallion for Meyer or not.
Yep, and Benteezy going to take the intended route to GT. And with Space Jump, he will be able to activate this Chozo statue to lower the acid here. And that will give him access to all 3 of the items in the GT location.
Now, if Meyer is Ether, we do have all the tools required to clear out Meyer. So this may also be a quick Meyer completion while we're here.
Not interested in those 10 arrows. And also not interested, most likely, in that +5 bomb capacity. So Benteezy just going...
Yeah, charge beam here. This is going to be a very fast GT fight. We don't need to waste anything else on this. And Hitaka is going to be making the same play. Hitaka has just been following Benteezy for most of this game. It's been more like Benteezy's been leading Hitaka along. Just follow me, hold my hand, and follow me, okay?
Yeah. I mean, this seed has kind of been, like, there were a lot of things open at early, but, like, otherwise it's been a fairly, like, linear of, like, just, like, one location opening up at a time, and it's Quake to open Misery Mire. So we do not yet have that medallion. We can, however, check these other locations near the in the Mire area.
We can also check Checkerboard Cave and the shed having nothing. Ooh, Hitaka taking a bath.
Yeah, with the gravity in Varia, like, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. But yeah, Benteezy is now going to continue with his lower Norfair clear.
Yeah, with how much progression has been in Super Metroid, I wouldn't be surprised if we find like 3 more items down here in the lower Norfair to Bubble Mountain checks.
Yeah. I mean, the seed could also be putting the progression in Meridia as well. Other thing I want to point out about this GT is that both runners have done the strat of sitting on GT's foot, where there is no hitbox, so does not get damaged. Or rather, yeah, the runners take no damage there and can just freely wail on GT with their charged plasma.
Hitaka is going to get the same news we did whenever he gets to my... Oh, is he going... He still hasn't cleared Lambos yet, so he might go do that while he's here.
Yeah, I forget. Was there an item on Lanmos?
It was 5 arrows.
Okay, yeah. So as far as he knows, he might be orphaning an item, but yeah, I don't... Benteezy taking a dip in the acid. As long as he can make this, yeah, he should be good now, but it can be a little scary if you get caught in the acid, but luckily Benteezy has gravity, so even if he got caught in the acid a bit, he'd be able to get out of it. That room is really scary if you fall without gravity, because then you're just slowed in the acid while constantly taking damage.
Now, Hitaka does not beat Lambos. Little does he know, I mean, Lambos could have a Fire Rod or Quake, which he now knows is one of the requirements.
I think he's just taking the gamble that there's nothing there for the moment, and he and he doesn't know that it's paying off, but it's paying off.
Screw Attack is such a good power up to have for Lower Norfair. It one-shots everything here, especially the Gold Pirates, the Side Hoppers. You really want that. I don't think Benteezy is going to refill. He's not going to grind power-ups. He's probably going to go straight to Ridley. He has more than enough supers and charge beam.
So yeah, it's almost like Screw Attack is the item that you find in Lower Norfair. Yeah, Hitaka making his space jump up this amphitheater room and does it no problem. Benteezy gonna do a little bit of farming here. I suspect he just wants to be full health, because while he is definitely like very highly powered for this Ridley fight, I think he just wants to be, as he wants to do everything in his power to make sure that nothing bad happens here, because it would be set him back pretty far if he were to take a death to Ridley.
Yeah, but that grind did get Hitaka a chance to catch up here, though. Hitaka's 3 rooms behind him now.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at that powerbomb pickup. I mean, I guess it's right there, and unlike the vanilla game, there's no item fanfare, so you might as well. And Benteezy just going to load Ridley full of super missiles. It's the highest possible without the full charge Ice Wave Plasma. This is the highest DPS you can get on Ridley. Ridley also takes double damage from super missiles. So this should be a quick fight. He just needs to get 30 super missiles in.
And while we're doing all this, look who just got to their Ridley fight.
Yeah, Hitaka had a bit better of an energy situation, so did not need to farm there. Yeah, Ridley was trolling Benteezy a little bit there on the grab. Ridley does...
And Hitaka is getting a really good pattern from Ridley. I think he's all set, yeah. Same time, they're both dead. Folks, we have ourselves a race, guys.
Yeah, we have a basically linear seed that our runners have basically been following. So, yeah, this does make it a very exciting race where both runners are kind of following each other's footsteps.
Now, if they time this right, it'll look like this is like a joint screen if they run through the same hallway at the same time.
Yep. Screw Attack making quick work of these side hoppers.
You really don't get much closer than this, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think in all of these races that I've commentated, this has to be the closest that a race has been at, like, an hour and a half in. There were some branching paths earlier, but it's definitely become a lot more linear with the progression that has opened up. It probably will not be until our runners are most of the way through Meridia before, like, one of them may make a different decision.
Also depends if they find Dark World access in Bubble Mountain.
That is definitely true, because then we might see.
Ooh, Master Sword. They're going to be grabbing that.
Yep, definitely.
Flutes! Oh my! The seed has been so generous to us. Oh man.
Yeah, flute. Yeah, flute will mean that they'll be able to now access the Mire area without having to go through Lower Norfair to get there. And it'll just make the overworld traversal that much better, especially once they can find either those tier 2 gloves and the hammer, so that they can get easier Dark World access.
Hitaka just took the lead due to a little bit better movements through the Spring Ball Maze.
Yeah, Hitaka's definitely put on a good show.
Hammer! What is with Super Metroid today? That's a full Dark World access. I'm pretty sure these guys may not even fully. They may check Bubble Mountain, but I think the play now is to go straight to Link to the Past and start clearing out some Dark World.
I don't know. I mean, the one thing is they are here, so while they're here, Hitaka thought about it for a second, and then is like, no, I'm here. I better not orphan this wave beam location. There could potentially be an item there that could be still required for progression. But not this time.
Yeah,
but you don't want to be.
Hitaka with this movement is gaining on Benteezy now. Now, Hitaka may think that he still needs to clear desert. So, he may go back. That may be a time sink he will do.
I suspect not with so much open in terms of crystal dungeons, though. He's going to want to just go where he has guaranteed progression in terms of collecting crystals. And just take the gamble that the Lenmola's item is nothing.
And these supers today.
Yeah. So thus far, our runners could have just taken the gamble that there was nothing in Bubble Mountain, but you do not want to be the runner that orphans a location that turns out to require progression. And there's one more check to be made in Bubble Mountain before we can say that Bubble Mountain has had a whole lot of nothing.
It had a whole lot of nothing. The play would have been to go straight to Business Center and start playing around in Dark World.
Yep. So Hitaka's going to check the or I almost said criteria. The cathedral.
Cathedral. Yeah, there we go. We got ourselves a red boomerang. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, it took me everything before I got to the cathedral. And anyhow, so Hitaka not going into directly into Link to the Past, so
he's gonna do
we're likely
Meridia.
Yeah.
I mean, Super Metroid's been paying off for these runners so far, so.
Benteezy, we did see Benteezy check the cathedral missiles, right? Or did he skip those?
I think he skipped those. Most runners don't like the Rib Boomerang because it does cause a little bit of lag.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I was just thinking in terms of orphaning the check altogether, but
So we do have a route divergence now. Benteezy is going to go to east. Oh, he could do Paradox Cave. That's 5. That's 8 checks for Benteezy right now. On east side Death Mountain.
yeah, it's like the highest overworld density in Link to the Past.
Kakariko has like 29.
Well, yeah, okay.
Just have to correct it. Ice Beam in Mamaturo. Mamaturo hiding the goods.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking in terms of like a single cave with Paradox Cave, and it's 7. But yes, in all of Kakariko, yeah, there's a lot of yeah, there's a reason why that is always like one of the first checks.
Hitaka, other than Ice Beam, has not found anything too important yet in Meridia. But, I mean, once he clears Meridia, he won't have any more checks to do in Super Metroid, so he's probably just wanting to get this done now. Mitz! Oh, Super Metroid! You have the goods. I didn't see what Benteezy found in Paradox Cave, but as of right now, I don't think it's anything important. Everything's in Super Metroid this time around.
Yeah, it was nothing. Just missiles and power bombs.
Missiles, rupees, more rupees. Tempered sword. Okay, that makes it worth it. That's some worth.
Yeah, but it's like between tempered sword and tier 2 gloves, I'd probably much rather find those gloves. It makes just like some of the overworld movement in terms of like getting to the dark world access behind Kakariko a little bit easier instead of having to go around. And also they can now access Dark Death Mountain.
Everyone stand and salute. The goose is loose. The duck is amok. The fowl is on the prowl. Other rhyming stuff.
So Hitaka, being very thorough with his Meridia checks, is going to check the sand pits. Presumably reset here if he doesn't find anything. Potentially, even if he does find something, he might reset and then check it on the way out. But nothing in right sand pit. Yeah. I don't think our runners are going to be paying a visit to Shack Tool anytime soon. And Magic Bat had nothing. Now we're about to see left sand pit. Oh yes, and chat correctly pointing out, yeah, grapple is also required by logic to access that location. There is a clip and Spring Ball at left sand pit, but Hitaka's going to reset it.
Yeah,
I mean, Spring Ball's
there's no other place that Spring Ball is useful anymore.
Yeah, it's a nice to have, but nothing essential. So yeah.
Oh, Benteezy looks like he was going to do a pod play. He's going to do a hype K play instead.
Yeah, Paradox Cave, other than that Tempered Sword, was mostly a bust, but we'll see if Hype Cave can live up to its name today.
That was a super easy Bottoon fight with Ice Charge, Wave, Plasma, Beam.
Yeah, only thing that could have made it faster would be if he had X-Ray to do the microwave strats.
Butter Sword! Man, we went like an hour or 10 minutes without finding a single sword, and then we found all 3 swords in 30 minutes. All 4. It's late.
Yeah. Hitaka getting the halfy. And there's our ice rod. So Hitaka with all of the ice items.
Meridia with all the ice items.
Yeah. Now, then again, ice... Yeah, ice rod is an item that Hitaka may not have wanted to find. I don't think it will be too much of a concern to him at this point because he has so much of a Link to the Past open to him that the likelihood at this point of it being a ped seed is fairly slim.
It could be a green pendency. The last night I tracked a run that was green pendant was hookshot.
Yeah, so there are definitely still items that, yeah, could be on Green Pendant. They could be on, I mean, heck, they could be on just Laser Bridge, which would be just almost even more troll than something being on Ped.
Alright, so that's Dragon dead. That's all 4 Super Metroid bosses on Hitaka's side. He now just has a whole bunch of Links to the Past to go through, and almost all the tools needed to do so. He cannot clear... Actually, he won't be able to clear 4 dungeons of the 6 remaining. He can't clear Swamp, Skull Woods, Ice Palace, and Misery Mire right now.
Yep. Meanwhile, Benteezy going through a dungeon he can clear in Pod. And having the bow, he is going through the Bowlock side to collect the 2 chests here. And then we'll likely kind of loop his way around through the rest of the dungeon. Hitaka being thorough with his Meridia checks and is going to also check the Plasma location. Got a bit trolled by his Ice Beam there.
That's a cape. We still haven't seen what's on Bumper Ledge, but we now have cape.
So with Screw Attack, this plasma pre-plasma room is a joke.
Ooh, mail upgrade.
Yeah. So Hitaka going to reset. He saved after clearing Dragon, so now he's just gonna head probably right into Links to the Past from the Meridia portal.
Silvers! Ooh, Silver's in Harmless Hellway. Or how's that pronounced? What's that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. Yeah. Yeah, so that's going to make the Ganon fight just like
Butter Sword
like-
Silvers? Yeah, no, that's going. It's a fast scan and kill.
Yeah, just missiles at the big chest. And now Benteezy is going to be... Actually, check the other couple locations in the front. He's going to go check those now. And Hitaka is right behind with the pod play, but Hitaka has also found all of the nice items in Meridia. And I did not even intend that to be a pun on how he found the ice rod and the ice beam there.
I didn't even think that was a pun until you pointed that out. All right, yeah. So the other 5-6 is on Swamp. Our tracker does have some very nice eyes. She's pretty awesome like that.
Benteezy having a very short coffee break. And Hitaka will now be making his way through what Benteezy has already checked. So, I mean, apart from Hitaka clearing out Meridia, our runners are still basically following the same path.
Yeah, no, you couldn't also expect that Hitaka is going to be doing the Paradox play and the Hype K play as well. So, I mean, while it looks like Hitaka, has a decent lead, I mean, Benteezy also was doing checks while Hitaka was clearing Meridia. And then, Benteezy is going to have to go through Meridia eventually.
Yeah. But I mean, with the items that Hitaka has, he's probably going to just be making the whole Dark World Tour play. Especially because he'll be, with his tier 2 gloves, he'll be able to lift the rocks to be able to make his way into Village of Outcasts from the South Dark World. And Benteezy finishes off Helmasaur King. So now we're going to kind of see why Benteezy has a slight disadvantage here, not having the tier 2 gloves. He tries to lift that rock and realizes he can't because he doesn't have the tier 2 gloves. We're going to see a ped check.
Now, if this is Quake, that means this is a ped seed, and we gotta find ourselves a fire rod here soon. A heart from the future? That's an E-tank.
So ped is dead.
Wah wah.
But I mean, like, with how much, like, we might have suspected it early, but with how much progression has been thrown at our runners, like, it was very unlikely to be a ped seed anyways. I do find it interesting that Benteezy did that check before, like, doing any Skull Woods checks. Because I feel like that would be the slightly more efficient routing, but I guess Benteezy was not intending on doing any of the front of Skull Woods anyways. Guess just figure he's gonna go where he has guaranteed progression. He's probably gonna do Thieves Town as his next dungeon.
There is 4 items in Thieves Town, so it's not that bad of a play.
Yeah, 4 items, guaranteed progression. Like, there's a reason why runners prioritize that dungeon heavily, especially like when it's actually required. And like with those 4 items, the first 4 chests being so easily accessible, like runners will even prioritize Thieves Town, like if it's a blue or red pendant. So Benteezy gonna check these next 2 chests. Finds the blue meringue. And
A heart tank from the future.
Yep, we were both about to make the same joke at the same time.
Synergy. That's why we get put together on commentaries all the time, man. It's that synergy we got.
Yep. Benteezy going to make his way through Hellway. Slightly less harmless than the harmless Hellway. And Hitaka on his Halmasaur King fight.
Now, he does have Butter Sword, so he will be using silvers on this fight. Because he doesn't want to slash this thing 16 times with the Master Sword.
Yep, but takes it out with just a silver arrow, and Hitaka now has his second crystal.
So with the current loadouts with the crystals, I highly suspect Hitaka is going to be making the Thieves Town play right now as well. He may do some sort of world tour and check Hype Cave and stuff. And the big key's locked itself, so we didn't need Hammer for this dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Hitaka's trailing Benteezy, but Hitaka does have a significant lead on Benteezy right now. One whole boss, much better progression.
Yep, and Benteezy now has his third crystal. So we're gonna see a catfish play from Hitaka. So I suspect he's gonna do this play and then reset back to, or save and quit, and then go to Kakariko. Actually,
I don't think he's gotten his birdie.
Yeah, because I was about to ask. I don't think he has activated his flute yet, because he spent all that time in Super Metroid. Looks like Hitaka's trying to activate spin speed. Not sure where he's going at this point. Benteezy at least glad that Spazer doesn't auto-activate because he found it in Link to the Past. Because Spazer cannot be combined with Plasma.
Stumpy only gave me some bombs today. Oh, we're getting a King's Tomb check.
Yeah, Hitaka's in the area, so he's going to route these checks in before he activates his flute.
I would have waited until you were in Dark World, so you could have gotten both Graveyard Ledge and King's Tomb in one go, but I'm not these runners. Is Benteezy going to dip Swamp without... Oh no, he's going to check Bombos. But do you dip Swamp without Hookshot? I mean, you can still get 5 of the chests checked without Hookshot, and if Hookshot's in there, then you can complete it.
I mean, that could potentially be a play, because yeah, I don't think there's any other dungeons that are available to him, but
Nah,
Swamp, yeah, Swamp is a very it's a dungeon you don't want to have to double dip. So I feel like Swamp is going to be either a gamble or just a last resort.
Well, I mean, I was thinking like his route, and he could have dipped Swamp. If he didn't find anything there, go to the backdoor Meridia, then find his progression. Because, you know, the backdoor to Meridia is near Swamp Palace. I was thinking that was going to be his play, but he's going to Skullwoods now for 2 items.
Yeah. While there is the item density in Swamp Palace, the issue is just the fact that you have to go into the dam and drain the water each time you have to enter it, so it's time consuming if you can't full clear it. But then again, we have seen, like, I mean, heck, there's been seeds where Hammer is in Swamp, so there's always the potential that that item you need to full clear Swamp is in Swamp.
Yeah, with how linear the seed has been as well, I mean, you know, it's perfectly likely.
And again, our runners are both in the same dungeon at the same time. We found one of the items. Yeah, so with that, yep, Hitaka's going to do the bomb jump, check what's in the big chest. Just another key.
Benteezy trying to hover again.
Looks like he's going to get it. Yeah, he gets it.
3rd time's a charm.
And then on the way back, it can just bonk it.
So
Okay.
there are items in the back of Skullwoods, so we can't do that until we get Fire Rod. Right now, ooh, we don't even know what progression is right now. They both have Cape, so Bumper Ledge this time around is Hookshot! Ooh.
Yep, just to have to say that it's has the potential to be important, and then it will be important.
Not often you get a Cape required seed. Hitaka's going to find out that it's a E-Tank at Head. Benteezy can now go clear out Swamp completely. That's 6 items. And while he's there, he might go to Meridia and find his mitts.
Yep. He's gonna check Graveyard Ledge at the moment.
If Fire Rod is on top of Graveyard Ledge or Quake, Hitaka might not check that for a while. Because he orphaned this check when he did King's Tomb.
Yeah. Also, Benteezy will be able to loop around and do some of the other Dark World checks through here.
Hitaka was like, "Oh, that's just a single arrow. Oh, wait, that's a hook shot."
Yep, Benteezy getting his Nope tank from King's Tomb. And he is going to go to the east side of Dark World. Do get disappointed by the by Catfish.
So we are Quake and Fire Rod away from Go mode right now.
And Quake could be pretty much anywhere other than in Turtle Rock and obviously in Ganon Tower. So, however, they're pretty likely to come across it in one of their crystal dungeons. Or, sorry, I should say Misery Mire. It could technically be in Turtle Rock. That would be...
Yeah, that would be very trolly, but these runners are going to go to Swamp Palace. You know, not that many runners like Swamp Palace because it's a kind of big dungeon. They like to go mode it, but there are 6 items here. This is the most dense dungeon there is aside from Ganon's Tower. So, yeah, I mean, they find Fire Rod and Quake in this dungeon, that's go mode. Well, not for Benteezy. Benteezy still needs to find mitts. Which, if he goes to Meridia, he'll find them and be in go mode.
Yep, so Hitaka finally making his Village of Outcasts checks, is going to enter Thieves Town. And Benteezy entering Swamp. First chest is a key.
It's always a key. It's
Yes.
always a key.
I was gonna just make the thing about so that it's not key sanity. That's the only time that can be anything other than a key.
Now, the first chest here could be, you know, like a progression. Like I've seen hammer in that first chest. That's the only chest you can check in this dungeon without a hammer.
Yeah, and it is really trolly when that chest turns out to be hammer. And I have seen
the
that
last
before.
location, the last possible location anyone will look.
Yeah, I mean, eventually somebody takes the gamble on it, but it is a fairly expensive gamble to make. But when it pays off, it pays off. But yeah, this seed, there was nothing there.
So we're going to check, I believe, vanilla map room chest here in Swamp. So far we found rupees and bombs, so that's 2 of our 4 items.
Yep. So Benteezy is going to check the left side locations. Is going to pick up his key. So not going to flood that this seed. Yep, and we'll now go make his left side checks.
Yeah, most runners don't like checking these couple items on the left side because it does take about a couple minutes to get to them.
Yeah, so sometimes you'll see runners just go right to the back and just take the gamble that like it's the map and the compass or something, but yeah, Benteezy is just going to go for the full clear so he doesn't have to re-enter the dungeon if it turns out there's something here. +5 arrow capacity. And +5 bomb capacity.
Not wanting to see either of them, so that means there's 2 more items in the back of Brain Fart, Swamp Palace.
You mean you don't want to carry more bombs and more arrows?
It would be cool if they ever add something to where like you can like throw a pink bomb with like you spend 5 bombs to throw a pink bomb, or like, you know, even though you don't have silvers, if you spend 5 arrows, you can shoot silver without actually having silvers. Then maybe
I
it'll
feel
be
like the
useful to have all
silvers
that.
one would just be broken.
Well, I mean, you use 5 arrows, then you only have 6 silvers.
Yeah, I guess that's
missed
fair.
one.
If it was in place of the capacity. Still though.
I will totally like that. Oh, he's not going the troll staircase way. There's only 1 item left. It might be on Argus or in this waterfall chest here. So he's don't want to get back to the big chest, but if Argus doesn't have anything, he's going to feel like he's going to waste some time.
Yeah. He's definitely taking the gamble here that the last item will be on Argus. Hitaka going through his dig game. And Benteezy fighting Argus.
Oh, those silver strat. Oh, Jeremiah was a bullfrog, and we're about ready to do a whole chain of side quests.
Yep, so these are totally new checks because Benteezy does not have the ability to do these checks because he doesn't have the mitts. And that's just so satisfying to watch those hammer dashes compared to the intended strat.
Oh, and
doing those
Benteezy is
hammer
going
pegs.
to Meridia. Oh, quick at hammer pegs! Oh boy, we're now a fire rod away from Gomo on Hitaka's side. Oh no, Benteezy, you need to go to Meridia! Where are you going? No! Oh, he's checking Pyramid Fairy.
Now, if this is where
Fire Rod! 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 46 seconds, Hitaka is in go mode!
I just have to be about to bring up the possibility of what if Fire Rod is at Pyramid Berry and then it shows up elsewhere.
That means we're going to have hopefully a Godmire here. Go mode Skullwoods, go mode Ice Palace. Oh, all these dungeons are really quick go modes.
Yep. And our runners do not have to even set foot in Turtle Rock.
That is unfortunate. The Super Metroid gave everything this seed. Everything was in Super Metroid this time around. All these runners had to do was get Screw Attack from the old man, and they basically had the freest seed ever.
Yeah, there's that one location that in Super Metroid where if you have Screw Attack, you don't really normally want to see progression, but when that progression is Morph Ball and literally just unlocks you to do all of the checks there, like, that is the best thing you can find, and I think Benteezy is about to make the play he needs to make.
Now, he might get mitts, but then we now know he needs to do the Smith chain to get his other two rods. He's going to probably full clear Meridia, though. So that's going to be a 15 to 20 minute time sink into this. By that time, Hitaka is going to have all the dungeons done.
Yeah. I don't know if the Meridia would take that long, but it will definitely be time consuming. Taka having not that many hearts, but manages to get the anti-fairy.
It's always good having magic powder. I called this was going to be like one of those weird seeds where we're not going to find progression, then we just find progression, and boom.
Yeah, Super Metroid had it in spades just as soon as you got the first as soon as you got that Morph Ball. It was pretty much just everything in Super Metroid. With that required dip into desert to get Varia.
Now, I think every single bit of Super Metroid, like, you know, Brinstar had like 3 progression items, Norfair had their 3 progression items, Rex Shipped had like 3 progression items, Meridia has like 3, well, 1 really, only the mids, but like, it was such a good seed.
So Hitaka, unfortunately, having to go to the cutscene chest to find just the compass. So interesting that he decided to not use that as the last location for his big key.
Now this dungeon could be a really fast go mode. Oh, he's not a fan of that chest. He gave that chest a little bit of a slash. Or you know, there's so many different locations the big key can be. But like once he gets to Swamp Palace, he's literally just going to go straight to the back of Swamp Palace, not checking anything at all. Problem is, he may not get the Temper Sword or the Butter Sword. Because he's not going to check Paradox Cave or Hive Cave, I don't think.
Yeah, so he'll have a slower Ganon fight because of that, but like it's not going to be nearly enough to make up the difference for Benteezy. He's still several minutes away from finding his mitts.
All right, so Hitaka is just a couple rooms away from his Vitreous fight. He has enough silver arrows to make this a very quick fight. Benteezy's going to go, maybe go all the way to Plasma. I think you could go to the main area of Meridia this way as well. We'll see what he does. He might go all the way to Plasma first, just in case. But this is going to be 10 quick arrows to a bunch of eyes for a quick and easy win. And that's Crystal 4 for Hitaka. Tying up with bosses now. We'll see where he goes next. I mean, he has everywhere like he can go. And Benteezy's going to see he's going. There's only a red mail at Plasma location. Yeah, so don't forget, these runners have been giving you such a great run so far. It's been a very close race. Just tiny Ryan decisions have made this big of a difference. Hitaka and Benteezy, they're both right now 2-1. Don't forget to give them a good follow. Don't forget to give our tracker a follow. Mine has been doing a really good job today. So Hitaka is just going to go straight to the back of Skull Woods, and again, he has half magic Fire Rod. I'm sure this is going to be a very quick moth fight.
Yep, doesn't even need to bother fetching the key from that Gibdo. Starting out with a spin attack, but then just using a combination of Fire Rod and just slashes.
And that's a moth fight down. That's the 5th crystal.
And unfortunately for Benteezy, that those mitts are going to be probably the last items he checks.
No, he's almost there. He's going to get his ice beam first.
Yeah, so if I remember right, those mitts were in Watering Hole. So yeah, he's about to get there. And Hitaka is going to be able to go down to his Go Mode Swamp.
Yeah, no, you viewers, you're going to see this swamp go by about 5 minutes faster than what Benteezy did.
Yeah, gets a little trolled on the way down by his ice beam and lands on the frozen enemy. Ice beam is one of those items that's like, in the situations where it's useful, you really like having it, but in the situations and other situations, you're annoyed that you have to take that one more shot to actually kill the enemy instead of just freezing it.
Oh man, in the original Metroid, I really dislike Ice Beam. I will try play the whole game with Wave Beam until I'm ready for Turian, and then I just use the second Ice Beam location to get to Mother Brain in the original Metroid.
So, Benteezy's now going to check the aqueduct items and the sand pits. Gonna find.
He's still going full clear all this because he's still looking for the Fire Rod and Quake. We know where they're at. Hopefully he does the Smith's Chain when he gets back to Link to the Past, so he'll be in go mode.
Yeah, if we think about what's open to him right now, it looks, well, the thing is now, like, Turtle Rock has also, I think, opened up to him as a possibility, which is very unfortunate because he might choose
He
to.
doesn't have Fire Rod. He can check the first chest, but if it's not a key, he can't do Turtle Rock, so he may not even bother without Fire Rod.
Okay, yeah, that's true, yeah, because, yeah, but we hope that he doesn't, like, go for that gamble, because it will not pay off for him. But chat kind of pointing out that that Benteezy might still decide to go check the other locations in Dark Death Mountain with his mitts, and we know he won't find anything there.
Now, Hitaka has to do double slashing strats. It doesn't have Timber Sword, but he is going to shoot with the Silver Arrow, and we'll be down to one dungeon left.
Yep, and Ice is probably like the single best dungeon to go mode. If you can get that Ice Palace bomb jump, then you can pretty much just go like literally linear path right down to Cold Stare.
Yeah, as I was saying in chat, Ice Palace is 3-minute go mode. You just go straight down.
So based on the Benteezy is checking X-ray.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, it'll be a very fast check with the items he has. It's just that he won't find anything here.
What if he finds bombos? I mean, it's nothing, but it'd be funny.
I was about to kind of think the same thing, because that's about the only other thing he could really find.
Oh, damn it, I was actually hoping it was going to be bombos. I was like all hyped for bombos. I'm like, ah.
Well, I mean, it'll be like funnier if he finds it in A Link to the Past and then uses it immediately. Which happened in an earlier race.
Yeah, Benteezy doing that run has put himself in a very awkward location in Super Metroid to get back to Link to the Past.
Yeah, so he's gonna go all the way up, like, I think the Blue Brinstar route to get up to a portal. No, he's going to check Waterway. Hitaka not quite getting the Ice Palace bomb jump. Should get this time. Yeah, gets it. Yep, and just more arrows. We know, yeah, if we know we're not gonna, like, we know that Benteezy's not gonna find anything useful, in these checks. We've seen Spring Ball, and neither runner has elected to pick it up. And Hitaka is almost at Cold Stare. And with full magic, half magic, this Cold Stare fight is going to be really fast. Not using the Fire Rod on... Well, okay, I guess after softening them up a bit with Master Sword spins, he then uses Fire Rod strats.
All right. So, that's our 7th crystal. That was a very fast Ice Dungeon. And you know what that means when we get our 7th crystal, don't you, Link?
Yep. Time to play a game of which chest is going to contain the big key in Ganon's tower.
So, we have to get to Agate 2. In order to get to Agate 2, we need to find the big key. There's 22 locations in Ganon's tower where this big key can be. You find it, you get to go right on up. If you're a subscriber or a supporter of Speed Gaming, donated 250 bits or so, you could, I'm brain fart right now, you could be put onto our leaderboard. Today's prize is very special. I promise you I'm not making anything up on the spot right now. Link, what's the prize today? I can't think of something.
Fury will play whatever plando you make for him.
Oh no. Oh no. That's cruel. That's unusual. So So unfortunately, Benteezy is going to be checking locations we know he shouldn't be checking. We're going to find out if we could use... Yeah, Quake was required for Turtle Rock as well.
Yep, so at least that is fortunate for Benteezy. He can't make the Turtle Rock gamble.
Oh, hey, Spragnet! Alright, so since we're entering Gans Tower, we're going to be stopping the game. Oh, we are looking at like a 250 time right now. That's actually really good considering how bare the game started.
Yeah. This was a seed with basically everything in Super Metroid. Are we going to see a Spike Cave check? Yep, we're going to see a Spike Cave check.
So the first... Wait,
Well, that was 2. That was Big Key in 2.
Oh, hey!
Yeah, that was like so fast that like
I was like looking at chat to see because I know Mind of Me and I accidentally did the game at the same time. So I was seeing if she was going to stop the game. So I looked away for 1 second. I guess he found the big key.
Yep, it was literally like the perfect like first side, right side room. Small key in 1, big key in 2.
Well, I win. That puts me to 3 wins. I now have more wins than you, Link. But I don't have more wins than the other Link. There's too many Links. Yeah, I look away for 1 second to see if mine stopped the game. I was like, oh crap, both mine and I started the game the exact same time. Oops. It's cool.
Yeah, chat pointing out that, yeah, now you get to make yourself your own Plando.
I still don't know how to make a Plando.
Well, Benteezy found his Quake. So he finally is going to get his Go mode, but unfortunately it is too late as far as being able to catch up without some severe mistakes from Hitaka.
Yeah, that's 25 minutes behind. I mean, it's still Go mode, Skullwoods, Ice Palace. I mean, he could probably do a faster Meyer, but we're still looking at like a 3:10 time for Benteezy. These runners have been doing such a great game for you guys today. I mean, it was very close. Benteezy actually had a decent lead for the first half of this run. Hitaka caught up by skipping a Pendant Dungeon boss fight. Good bets. He also did the Meridia play early. He's going to have a little bit of a rough time with Master Sword on Ganon, to be completely honest. But, I mean, it's still a fast time. He's still going to be done at like 250.
Yeah. And also, like, he gained a decent lead too just on sheer Super Metroid execution.
Yeah, for a while there, Benteezy had the lead in Super Metroid. Like this was one of the games because everything was in Super Metroid. Whoever had the better Super Metroid clear had this game. Benteezy's going to also have a faster moth fight because of the butter sword.
Yeah, which in the vanilla game it's bugged, so because the gold sword does as much damage as spikes, and Mothula is immune to spikes, but it was patched for the randomizer, so the gold sword does tempered sword damage to Mothula.
The gold sword, you're not supposed to have it by this time, so it actually isn't coded to do damage. It doesn't do the same damage as spikes. It's just not coded to do the damage.
So Hitaka making fairly quick work of Agatu. And Agatu is down. And Swagduck makes his only appearance in the Dark World. And Hitaka's starting his Ganon fight because he has Master Sword. Ganon will only take damage from spin attacks in these first phases.
No, I think I think you can still slash him. Or I guess it is spin attacks. I thought you could still regularly slash him, but it was like 30 or so slashes. Or 20.
Yeah. My experience was when I had to do this as Master Sword, I remember like I'm like 99% on like you need to use spin attacks. Taka taking a bunch of damage here. Gonna use Cape Strats.
He does have a blue potion. It was the first potion they did grab. So I mean,
yeah, so he's gonna choose to use it now, which is very wise. Yeah, so we're kind of seeing how different this fight is when you only have Master Sword. So finally getting onto the teleport phase. But that was a much longer first part of that fight than you normally see.
Yeah, again, Paradox Cave and Hype Cave had the other sword upgrades. And we're in the final phase. 4 silver arrows.
Yeah, it's interesting to see a runner basically like not even have to once go into either Paradox Cave or Hype Cave.
Ooh, this spin attack is making Hitaka like bounce backwards, and is like he's not getting a line for his arrow shots. That's some trickiness. So he's on 2 arrow hits right now. Yeah, he's missing some of these.
He'll hit that one, but yeah, it's definitely a much more challenging fight.
And Benteezy's going to their final crystal dungeon. As get your single G's in chat right now for Hitaka. So going from under-equipped Link to over-equipped Samus, I think he has like 85 supers or 80 supers right now. Does he even refill? Nope. So we don't even know how many supers he has. He's just going go.
Yeah, I don't blame him because like he has an overpowered beam. And like, yeah, 55-36. That's way more than you'd have in an any percent run. So yeah, no need to even bother with the refill.
I just want to see the super count.
I mean, you'll see it go up like as he picks up Metroid or the drops from the Metroids, but yeah. I mean, blame the SM designers for making it take like 15 seconds to do a ship refill. Yeah, so not grouping the Metroids in these first 3 rooms, but still making very quick work of the room. Group the Metroids in room 2. Yeah, he doesn't even have to bother with pickups here, unless they're like literally in his way. So we know he has at least 40 supers, but since he's not picking up any of the drops, and I don't blame him for not picking up any of the drops, we won't know like his max amount. Gonna just powerbomb these last 3. Yeah, because they never picked up the morph ball bombs.
Nope, we thought they were going to pick those up early for soft lock protection. Wait, are we going for... We're going for baby skip. Maybe.
Or, well, I mean, the fact that he turned off Varian now...
just in case he failed it?
Yeah, potentially. Like, I guess we'll see how he lines up here. He doesn't... He's intentionally taking damage here, which means he's not likely to be going for the baby skip.
Weird that he filled up with reserves.
Yeah. I wonder if he's going to go for a Crystal Flash here to refill his health.
He does have the power bombs highlighted. Yep, there he goes. Oh, wait. Yep, there we go.
Yep. Yeah, that's actually such a good strat too, because not only do you get that Crystal Flash out, but that power bomb clears out the debris there. So it's a really nice strat just from like all those different perspectives. And I think while we were talking about that, I want to say we missed people are saying in chat that we missed a spooky action glitch for Benteezy in Mire.
Whoops. I always want to see that. I like the spooky action glitch. We do get the zip skipped on Hitaka's side.
And with that, time for Mother Brain 2, which will just take 20 shots from Hitaka's full beam combo.
And Benteezy's going to go to Ganon's tower and find out how awesome it is to get the big key early.
Yeah. Yeah, if we have some questions in chat about spooky action glitch, I'm not terribly familiar with it. I don't know if you can say anything about it.
No, I've only heard about it like a week and a half ago, and I still haven't been told what it is.
So Hitaka's doing stand-up glitch. He's going to stay in the air until the Metroid attaches, and then he is going to start firing shots into Mother Brain. I think he's going to just stay in the air until the Metroid detaches, because if you're grounded, or if you're on the ground when the Metroid detaches from Mother Brain, then you're instantly crouch locked, and that could be problematic because Hitaka doesn't have X-ray to reset the stand-up glitch. But now he's just able to do damage to Mother Brain before the official start of the third phase. Yeah, so our tracker is giving some explanation of the spooky action glitch in chat.
Benteezy got the big key, right? Or did he go full left and there was a key on the torch?
I'm suspecting he went full left.
Yeah, so we found our fourth bottle there. There's not much else that could be here.
Oh, he's doing Dark Magician strats. I think he'll be kind of unhappy when he sees how much faster it could have been.
But look at them keys, though. Look at them keys. Anyway, Hitaka is going to be doing the escape sequence.
Yep, he's got like all of the movement items he could want for this. It will be a very fast escape. Absolutely zero chance that he goes to save the animals here. Now I'm just waiting for him to like prove me wrong here. Benteezy taking a fall on that bridge. Hitaka getting the right side spark. Okay, I was right. Hitaka is just letting the animals be barbecued with the rest of the planet.
And with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 48 minutes, and 34 seconds, Hitaka is tonight's winner. He moves on to 3-1, still in the tournament. He needs to win his match next week to get into a chance for the top 8 and for the prize of some cash. We're going to try and get him in here eventually as Benteezy gets through the rest of Ganon's Tower. Get your GGs for Hitaka. Don't have any sound on Benteezy right now, but we'll just get going. Oh, speaking of Hitaka, GG Hitaka, how you doing today, man?
Thanks. I feel like after a rough start, I did that one really well.
Oh yeah. You took a rough trip through the dungeon at the start. Yeah, you did have a little bit of a lag behind at the very start of this kind of linear seed. This was a very linear seed at the start, but your Super Metroid play today was amazing.
The start was just nothing but bombs for a long time. There was just no weapons or boomerang to stun stuff or anything. There weren't like bomb drops. I don't think I got a single bomb drop until after I found the cane. And I got trolled. Many Molder rooms just trolled me super hard. Like the one in the middle, every time I threw a bomb at it, it just immediately beeline to the opposite side of the room.
Yeah, you also did check that twice. Yeah, no. You made some very good plays. You skipped Lamoas, which, as you can see by Benteezy tracker, he did do. You also went straight to Meridia. Benteezy decided to go do Pod and Thieves Town before going to Meridia, which caused his Ryan to completely skip Smiths until it was like his last IM. So you did some very great Ryan this season. Awesome job, man.
Thank you. I was gonna do Meridia anyway because before I found Hammer and after I found Gravity, I realized that I had Dark World access through the backdoor Meridia portal because with Gravity and Speed Booster. So I thought that might have been like the intended Dark World access. So I was definitely gonna do Meridia. And then even after I found Hammer, I figured I would do it anyway because I can check everything in Meridia, but without mitts and hookshot and stuff, like the Dark World is kind of awkward and you have to like skip stuff and backtrack and it's just not that great.
Yeah, and you also at the same time, I mean, Super Metroid had everything. It had everything. Just this time
it
around.
was pretty stacked this time.
All right. I am getting word right now that Benteezy is 4-15 from the race. Trying to do some swag stats. He decided he's already at the end of the game anyway. He doesn't really need to know what's going on. Maybe we'll get him in here. Yep, we're going to get him in here. GG, Ben. GG.
Yo, GG's.
GG.
That was a really good race. Actually, for about 20 minutes, you guys were holding hands. It wasn't a high five. You guys were on the same screens, like seconds apart for about 20 minutes.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, it was insane. It was insane. It was like Ben, you was the first one to get to Ridley. As you was killing Ridley, Hitaka got to Ridley. And then for about 20 minutes for the rest of Norfair, you guys were just there at the same time.
Makes sense. I should get lapped in SM all the time. So bad at it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a great seed. It shows why you guys were both 2-1 coming into the seed. It really did. I mean, Ben, like, if you would have stayed with it, you would have had like a 3:10 time, which is really good for combo randomizers, especially ones that had very, very sparse starting IM loadouts. Like, you guys didn't get sword for like an hour, and then Ben, because you decided to check all Dark Worlds, you got your first sword at like an hour 10, then your gold sword at like an hour 40. So, I mean...
It was so annoyed. It was just like, oh, now I have them all. All right, well, I guess we'll kill some stuff now. I actually detest the gold sword because I run the Link to the Past 90%, and there's a lot of like specific timings that you get used to in that, and the gold sword adds like lag to the game because it's like shining, so it messes with the boss fights and stuff. But it didn't backfire too much. It was fine.
So, with how the items were located, would you guys consider this a troll seed or a jet seed?
I don't think it was that trolly. I mean,
I think it was pretty linear. Yeah.
The only item that like might have thrown people off was Varia and Pendant Desert, but I mean, with Book, at that point there weren't really many options for stuff to check, so that wasn't really like that.
Yeah, this was one of the
weird
first
of a check.
This is one of the first like combo seeds that I've ever played that actually like has you go back and forth between the games early on. Like usually I'm just like full clearing SM and finding everything, or full clearing Link to the Past and finding everything. But this one was like,
yeah, this
right,
seed.
you got Screw.
Yeah.
Now go get Morph. Now go back and get the Book.
Yeah, but
and then go back. It was cool.
Yeah, but like once you guys found like the Morph, then the Book, then to the Varia, this game literally wanted you to do all Super Metroid. Everything in this game.
I was so sad.
Boots, flippers, mirror, moon pearl, bow, hammer, 2 sword upgrades. Everything and anything you wanted was in Super Metroid this time around. The level of progression is just disgusting. So yeah, no, I mean, unfortunately, Ben, you know now you know where the mitts was. Hitaka went straight for those mitts, and then that lead he got.
That's so frustrating.
He took that lead straight to the end. I mean,
yeah.
because he routed Thieves Town with the Smiths, he was in go
Mhm.
mode at like 2 hours.
Yeah, I actually didn't do like half the Dark World. I never got Hype Cave or any of East Death Mountain, so I finished with Master Sword.
Yeah, like I think when I came out of Norfair, I'm like, okay, there's like what 10 items in Meridia, and I'm missing 4. What are the chances that everything is in Meridia? And of course, everything was in Meridia. So it was just like, all right, cool. It's the time it's in Meridia to go get Quake and Fire Rod, and Hookshot is right next to both of those items. So like I wound up not getting mitts and then going and finding Hookshot and like full clearing swamp, full clearing pod, full clearing literally. When I got my Quake and my Fire Rod, the only things I had left were Shack Tool, which I couldn't do, Hammer Pegs, Smith, and Purple Chest. That's it. That's the only thing I had left when I got my Quake and my Fire Rod. I literally hundoed both games. It was so frustrating. But that's Randomizer. So I mean I've lost plenty of tournament matches that way before, both in SM combos and in just regular Links to the Past Randomizer. It's unfortunate when you gamble against the everything being locked by one thing and then everything is locked by one thing. So it is what it is. I'm not upset about it. I thought I played well. It was fine. Hello.
Oh no, I was waiting for you.
Everybody disappeared.
No. I mean, you know, you did the plays that felt good for your strengths.
Yeah. I mean, I just went for item density. Like just between Hype Cave and Pod, you find the same number of items as doing all of Meridian, and it takes a third of the time. And it just so happened the mitts were in Meridia and not on Helmasaur. So, like I said, that's randomizing. You can't be mad about that kind of stuff. It is what it is.
I don't have any more questions about the seed. This has been a crazy seed. Crazy fast as well. So don't forget to give these guys a follow. They can put on a great show. Hitaka is still in this tournament. We got one more week of Swiss next week. And Hitaka is going to be playing for his 4-1 to get into the top 8. Are you kind of getting nervous? Are you getting excited? Do you think you're going to be able to get into the money?
I hope so, but I mean, part of it is just what opponent I get. I mean, there's a lot of really good people in 4-1.
Yeah, good luck, dude. That's gonna be.
Thanks.
It's gonna be interesting final round of Swiss for sure.
Oh yeah, no. This next week is going to be nothing but hype matches.
Yeah.
Nothing
The
but
whole
hype
tournament's-
matches.
The whole tournament's been interesting. Like every week, there's been matches that could be like in top 8.
Challenge seeding.
Yep.
Well, I think one of the things they're looking at doing is depending on how you guys fared in this tournament, I think like the spring tournament's going to have seeding based off this tournament.
Oh, maybe I'll join that
That'd
one.
be interesting.
Maybe I'll learn how to actually do some things by then.
Your SM wasn't that bad. I can promise you right now, if I was playing this seed, I would be still stuck at the bottom of the Eddie Coon's wall jump chamber. Anyway, Link, you have anything you want to ask or add or?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna ask, like, so how did you feel about like finding Morph basically as like the last thing in the string of the very few SM checks you can do with Screw?
That's a terrible spot for Morph because it's like right in the middle of Brinstar. So if you want to do all the Brinstar and criteria checks, it's like you have to do a really weird pattern or like backtrack a lot. It's just awful.
I didn't mind it. I find that that's when you get screwed like that. If you get all the way there and you don't get Morph, and you could just reset the console and it takes like 5 seconds to get back to where you were. Like I didn't even do like a lot of the Link to the Past stuff. Like I didn't do Escape. I didn't do Agina's Cave. I didn't check Zora. I didn't do. I feel like I had something in Village. Oh no, it was the mushroom. Like I left all that stuff. I was just like, I think Brinstar has a couple more condensed locations. I'll just get in there real quick, run back. Screw Attack is so fast. But yeah, like, I think this seed was really good for like if you take the plunge, you get rewarded. But if you try to be safe and like check all the little things everywhere, then you kind of get punished. I think that's kind of what happened to me towards the end. I tried to be safe, and I should have just been like, let's just finish SM while we're here. Who's trying? Maybe
that probably would have been a very neck race if that was the case. I don't want to feel like I'm rubbing that in, but honestly, dude, that route diversion was the play right there.
I even think that the way I did Meridia was like better because I got to like skip some stuff and you do stuff in like a interesting way that allowed me to like save so much time. But then just it backfired that of the 4 items, 3 of them were locked behind the Titan's Mitts. Well, the Titan's Mitts plus 2 more. So it was just a unfortunate turn of events. I was hoping it was a pedestal seed, man. I even read it.
I was thinking about that because the two Light World Pendant dungeons were both completable really early.
Yep. But I read it, and it was just an E-tank.
Yep.
Sad face. Dude, again, good luck next week. This was a really fun tournament. I want to thank everybody that's commentating, running it, streaming it, doing all this stuff. I had a blast. I was told about it the last day of signups, and so I just signed up on a whim.
Man, you made it pretty far. I mean, you're now mathematically unlikely to get into the top 8, but you did get pretty high up. I mean,
I'm
2
not
wins.
even playing next week. I have no interest in it anymore. I'm done with it. It's part of the reason I forfeit. I didn't want to embarrass myself trying to do Turian. I'm so bad at SM. It's a fun little side thing. So glad I could not fail all of my hovers. I got one of them. Jeez, I was mad. I should have got off. I should have went 4 for 4 on hovers. That would have made the run worth it, even if I lost.
I got nothing else to add.
All right. Well, good night.
Well, yeah, don't forget to well, he just left. Don't forget to give these runners a follow. Okay. Don't forget to give our tracker a follow. She did a great job tonight keeping track of this crazy seed. Don't forget to give Link Hero Time a follow. And all the other Speed Gaming channels. We got more awesome and hype races coming up this week. I think I'm going to go ahead and dip out here as well. So I do hope the Triforce is with all you guys, and see you guys next mission.
Yep, and may you not find your Varia suit on pedestal.